Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Haysie Simmer here, and today I have another episode of the Extreme Ultimate Decade Challenge. So I kind of just want to open up and start in the rules. It is, I believe, summertime in the game, so we can only harvest blueberries and blackberries for the summertime. And then we're allowed to use the cottage living plants as well. So we will do like watermelon and stuff like that. And eggplant, especially like those kind of water plants would be big during the winter time. I mean, summertime. We are in the year 1314. I started the vampiric plague in 1313 just because I wanted to do a plague. I thought it'd be really fun because it's the medieval times. So I, found it a fun way to bring dark magic into the game. In 1315, the next year to 1317, we are going to have a famine, and that is going to be a part of it. And in 1317, we are going to have, it's going to kind of be the last bit of like the major vampire plot, and then we're going to fight back in 1318. So I just wanted you guys to know where we are. Also, with my random acts in life rolls, we are on an even year. We have to do this one and roll for that. So I'm going to just highlight it. And we're coming upon a Monday, so I might have to do this one. I'll go ahead and highlight it. Okay, so those two will be coming up this year. Okay, and this is us looking at the calendar. Today is, I think we're still on Sunday, but we're essentially gonna do 1314 in this whole episode. So it is Nimue birthday. We already did Frederick's. Okay, yeah, so it's Nimue's birthday, and then it's gonna be Eric, Gwen, and Arthur's birthday. We won't roll for Teen, Ashton, and Christine until their actual birthday to see if they survived. But right now they are teens, and we do have them as teens. I no longer have the arranged marriage mod in my game, but I do plan on adding it back after today's episode. Oh my goodness, the game was just playing. All right, so it is Monday at 2 a.m. After Amy murdered Pascal and went to the Dark Coven's meeting, I do think that she feels hopeless, and all the vampires are going to be moving into Castle Dracula now. I'm sorry, the Dark Coven moved into Castle Dracula. So I do want to put all the vampires in one place. So I'm going to get that taken care of. Okay, so it appears like 3 of our vampires either didn't transform or died in the transformation, but I now officially have the vampire house together. And I'm just gonna like move them over here on the island. No, I'm just gonna move them into the castle in downtown. So I brought Tamara to the hut to see the tombstone, but it vanished. Take this as a sign that Tamara now knows that her brother Pascal has died. She unfortunately found his body and noticed that it was drained of blood. But her only conclusion is that it was Amy and that they are not safe returning to this house. Yeah, so if it wasn't for Jacob and Halia, who knows where Tamara would be. It is really sad that, she no longer has both her brothers. Thankfully, her sister and Jacob look out for her. She's lost her son, Riker, when he was like 10 years old. She's lost so much in life, and, her other kids were burnt, not burnt, they were stolen whenever the house was burnt down. And now her brother's passed away, and she's got to take care of her niece and nephew. There's a lot going on. My goal is to not age up the kids not age up, I'm sorry. My goal is not to run away until I have 1,000 simoleons per everyone who is going to leave. Right now, I don't think Tamara would go. She's waiting on Calvin, and she has gotten word back, that he is on the trail. He hasn't found the kids yet, but he isn't really far away. He has been, giving updates, and so every couple of months she gets an update that he's heard more about sightings about them. So she's going to hold out that her family is going to return and that Calvin is going to return. And I think Halia and Jacob don't really want to go either because they have this land and property, and who knows like what they're going to get if they move out. So I think they're going to just try to find a way to survive in this new world. But I do think Ophelia will want to leave after Connor has turned. Ophelia is kind of used to a little bit more richer lifestyle, so I don't know how well she is going to take to being out here. Today is Nimue birthday, so we're going to age up our sweet baby Nimue. Do that in a second. We're going to do her role because she is a child of one of our heir Sims. So we will be rolling for her until we find out is okay. I don't know what she thought she saw. Anyways, we will be rolling for Nimue because she is Jedediah's daughter. And as we said, we would roll for the alders until our second generation gives birth, and then we will no longer roll for this family of alders except for our main household. So we're going to get that done. I'm going to let this better exceptions run. Everybody is pretty gloomy due to the loss of Pascal. It's really sad that the girls lost their other brother when he was teaching their son. I really like their mannerisms. I've never seen Sims stand like this. They look really cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. What am I going to do when they pass away? Like, I'm literally going to lose my mind. They are my Roman Empire, I swear it. Oh, these darn future cubes. It must be an initiative. She is devastated about her brother. All right, I'm going to remove that neighborhood action plan. I'm good now. Let's have Tamara doing some basic chores, and then we're going to go bake a cake. But yeah, Tamara has a rough life. She didn't make it out easy. I feel like her story is one that's very common back in the day of this time period. It's not really a surprise that this is her lot in life, that she's taking care of kids that are not her own. And, just doing all this hard work. Like, she's already exhausted. She's going to have to take a nap. I'm really excited for Nimue to age up into a kid, though. Nimue, please go to bed. Actually, just sleep, please. That would be great. So I realized that I have aging off because of the aging glitch I keep having. And because the kids are not on the wheel. So Pascal's kids don't need to be rolled for. I'm going to need to age them up. I do believe that Yvette is a very close age as Nimue. So I'm just going to age them all up this year. And every time Nimue ages up, I'm going to age up these two because that's going to be the only solution that works out. Because I don't roll for them. They're technically a side household, but they join Tamara in her house. I think they're the only ones. Everyone else is on this sheet to be rolled, but we're going to get everyone taken care of today. So I am having issues with the royalty mod, but I keep updating it and I keep having an issue. So that is annoying. But it is summertime and it's Monday. I do need to roll to see if we have, I think it's a robbery or something like that. I'll have to check, but I'm going to have Tamara, since they don't have the simple life lot trait for these two houses, I'm going to have her cook a few meals and gift them to Halia and Jacob to say, thank you for, everything you guys do. But I think it'd be a really nice thing to gift them, maybe it's the summer solstice tomorrow. Perfect. So that's our way of saying thank you for letting us live here. We are going to give them some dishes. We need to add birthday candles to this fast. Okay, I get it. The goats are technically not Tamara's responsibility, guys. Okay, I know, Emmanuel. We have to have birthdays. Hang on, guy. All right, so we're going to start with Nimue, and Nimue is someone we roll for. Okay, let's get that out. Okay, so Nimue will be aging up from a toddler to a child, so if she gets a 9 or a 19, she doesn't survive. Okay, so let's have her brought over. Come on. All right, Nimue, let's see how this goes. Oh, Uncle Jacob is singing happy birthday. I love it. Okay, so I really hope for tomorrow's sake that Nimue makes it. All right. What was a 9 or 19? Let's just confirm. Yeah, 9 or 19, she doesn't make it. Woo! She ages up. All right, so let's get this age up. All right, here she goes. Time to grow up. Do the spin. Yay! All right, Nimue is an animal lover. That makes sense. So she's growing up on the farm. So it makes total sense. Looks like she also dreams of adventure like her siblings did. That is really awesome. Now let's add more candles and get all the birthday kids aged up. All right, Yvette, age up. She will be creative just because the other two didn't really work for the space we're in. Add birthday candles. We got one more. We got to age up Emmett. Emmanuel. We have to age up Emmanuel. Come on, get Emmanuel. Let's go. Looks like we're getting another letter from Calvin. I'm going to say no to this because this is a character that is out in Henford on Bagley who I haven't introduced you guys to yet. Anyways, so Evangeline is a magical character. Maybe he says that he is getting help from the local magical community to help him in his quest because we are going to be checking on them at the end of this year, which may be the end of this episode or the beginning of the next. All right, Emmanuel, happy birthday! Sorry about your dad and your mom. Wish they could be here, I promise. Emmanuel ages up to be fussy. Ugh, I'm going to give her a break. We can't do that. All right, everybody can have some cake, so we'll call it a meal, and then I need to get her to cook a few more things for the other family. I think we'll do one of everything, like a soup and pigeon stew. We're making a rabbit pie and all those things. It looks like Ophelia is not taking the news very well about Connor. She's also sad for the family due to what's going on with Pascal, but she is more so worried about her own self. She has no real skill. She was a runaway from her country. And she was growing up in the religious community. After that, she was in the Abbey. She was studying to be a sister, and then she fell in love with Connor and got married. So she really has no skills. She's not even the best, like, mom to young kids. She is just not going to thrive in this environment. We already kind of know that. Kind of looks like the whole family's just hanging out and, like, mourning and all that. It's just really sad. Oh, I have it on fast forward, but we really have to be careful because Amy is here. And I know she's here to stalk her children, but honestly, like, we have to be very, very careful because she's the reason Pascal's dead and everybody knows it. So I think that's why Jacob is kind of out here supervising. Like, what are you doing, Amy? Why are you here? You shouldn't be here. She really shouldn't be here. Yeah, I think Tamara is telling Emmanuel he needs to go away. Nimue is scared of the dark due to the vampires. Lots going on. Look at Tamara protecting Emmanuel. Way to go, Tamara. Way to go. Way to go, mommy. Oh, I'm so proud of her. So proud of her. She's such a good mom. So because of the vampire problem, I think we're going to see a lot of townies kind of, wrapping their neck and their head. And I think it's like going to be a signal to other ones like, hey, I'm not a vampire. I'm safe. And also like it's an extra layer of protection. But I'm going to quickly make over the kids. All right, so this is little Nimue. I think she looks more like Tamara than she does Jedediah, which is a good thing. This is baby Emmanuel, who is Pascal and Amy's son. And this is Yvette, also Amy and Pascal's daughter. Okay, before we switch over to our main household, I have Tamara coming over here to give, oh, there she is, to give Halia this food because I don't want to have to make it for Halia. So we're going to do that real fast. All right, so Tamara is giving Halia the food. Hopefully Halia has a good reaction because she doesn't have to cook. Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good gift. All right, let's give her the rest. I'm really excited because it looks like I'm really excited because Tamara is getting this closure talking to Riker, letting him know that, she regrets his passing, wishes she could save all her kids, and that his passing really changed her life, and she hopes he's at peace in the afterlife. And he's just letting her know, like, he doesn't feel pain and he's protecting the family, which is super sweet. All right, so I'm now playing Halia. She is super sad about her brother's death. She keeps coming over to the river. As you guys know, they grew up down by the docks in the river, and their dad was a fisherman. And, Pascal kind of took over that for a long time before he did blacksmithing. So she is really mourning her brother and his loss. It's super emotional in the house. It looked like Jacob did some foraging or hunting recently, so I just have him cutting the meat and preparing it and just doing all he can. They're really trying to dry things out and have some food storage because of everything going on with the vampires. They can no longer be out late. It is officially the summer solstice. We have some rolling to do for this house, so I'm going to do that in 1 second once I get everything settled with what's in his inventory. Okay, so we have to roll on an even year to see if we find an animal in the woods. So even numbers below 16, D20. Even number below 16. No animal this time, which is fine because last time that didn't even work out for us, so that is okay with me. Now it's Tuesday, but it was Monday, so we need to see if we were robbed, and hopefully we were not. 2, 7, 14, 18 out of a 20. Crap. Okay. We were robbed. Let's see what was taken. Items to be stolen, livestock or produce, row 4 dice. An odd number is livestock, even number it's produce. All right, D4. And let's roll odd number, even number. We got a 3, which is an odd number. So it's livestock. Good. We'll lose a chicken. I'm fine with that. We're losing a chicken. Or it could be a mini goat. You know what? I'll even roll for that. Let's see if it's going to be a chicken or a mini goat. Even numbers, chicken. Odd numbers, mini goat. Okay, we're losing a chicken. I'm okay with that. Okay, so what's next will be, okay, on the summer solstice and winter solstice, we need to see if we are violently attacked. It works with the story because we now have vampires. So it only applies to our YA Sims. The only 2 YA Sims we have in our main household are Jacob and Halia. So if they get a number 16 out of a D20, one of them is violently attacked. Nope. So we're good. We do have to go lose a chicken. So let's call them out here. All right. So we got our chickens out here and we are just going to delete one. All right. Bye. Okay. I do want to check and see if we have any hatchable eggs because we really haven't had, nope. Gosh darn it. We really haven't had any. That's been really painful. But it is what it is, I guess. We aren't in the market to be able to afford new ones, so it is what it is. I need to love on all the animals and talk to them, and we need to store some produce and make like cheese and stuff like that, and just kind of do whatever we can to keep everyone happy. I do need to change the plants over because it is now summertime, so I'm also going to do that real fast. I keep having this glitch when I zoom out on people who have like headwear on. They look bald, so that hasn't been very fun. Don't really know what I'm going to do about that. I don't know what's causing it. I wonder if it's like a hat slider or something that's caused it. So it's really unfortunate. So it's Eric's birthday, which is Connor's child, and also tomorrow is Gwen and Arthur's birthday. So I might take care of that in a moment. We actually can grow more things in the summer. We can grow green beans, tomato, blueberry, blackberry, basil, parsley. We're not going to do flowers, bell peppers, black beans, cherry, elderberry, huckleberry, and taro root. I'm going to put some green beans down and stuff like that. So I'm just going to have Frederick and Francis out here working on the gardening because they, are going to be the next generation of farmers here. So I don't know why I keep saying they're out of season because it's summertime and these are all summers. Maybe they just have to reset. Anyways, we're going to purchase some oversized crop seeds and I'm going to have him grow some watermelon. I'm sure watermelon were not like a thing in this time period. It is a summer plant though, and I don't mind letting them have it. It's fine. I also don't know if these are bugged out, so I need to check them. Oh, my bladder release. It's working. Good. Ophelia, we got rid of that mandate. Okay. Get rid of your stupid. Oh, we can harvest cherries. Yes, please. And then we need to water. I definitely want to have a summer solstice party. And I do need to get rid of this because this is not 1306. I'm still having a UI glitch where I can't make holidays, but I'm just going to keep track of it on my calendar. It says the cast column is conflicting with it, my loading screen and my UI mod, so I don't really care. I get to officially use my P Anywhere mod, so that's fun. I feel like Frederick helps out his Aunt Tamara so much. She just came to check in on him, so. Well, how fun is that? All the food Tamara cooked is spoiled. So we cannot keep food overnight in these medieval fridges. We can keep produce and stuff like that, but we cannot keep food. This one has 6 hours left, so guess that's going to be our summer solstice meal unless Halia can make something. And I think we'll invite everyone over too. Oh, the fox came inside. Since Frederick is a grown, not young adult, but he is a teen, so he is of marrying age. His dad sat him down and is telling him that they need to plan for his future because it's about time that he gets married, has kids of his own. They need to expand upon the house to accommodate them because, of course, he's going to be inheriting the land. Frederick does not want to hear that because he's in love with Tiara Gothic. He had a crush on her ever since he was a kid. So, he just got up and he doesn't want to hear what his dad has to say about marriage. But his dad has met some local dads in town and he's talking to them about possibly the good news is we will get a dowry for that daughter and not the other way around. We only have to pay a dowry for Gwendolyn. So if we get all our sons married, we can, get some dowries, which will be great. Alia is wrapping up making this candle and then now she's about to paint her son and heir to the family. I'm so excited. Oh, yay, we got a good pose. I'm so excited. Here we go. Look at the painting coming along. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm going to have to change her hair from that hat until that glitch stops happening. But looks like Christine is here visiting for the summer solstice, so we'll go ahead and invite her in. And we'll eventually invite everyone around once we can get to doing that. Even though I made everyone, Christine is like decked out in all this accessories. It's ridiculous. But of course, Christine would be because she wants the finer things in life. I feel like while his mom is getting everything ready, he would extend a key to Christine and, just make sure he's close to his family, just hanging out with them and bonding because they are a very family oriented household. Paula almost has the the summer solstice dinner ready. Finally. So I'm going to have her make some lemon honey mead for the summer solstice. Also in the royalty mod, I no longer have a Trader Jacques or a taxman. So I definitely know my mod is broken, but I've tried to update it several times. I do wish we still had the trader guy because there are some things I just don't have and I'd like to buy them. About to be Wednesday, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and have Gwen and Arthur's birthday and do their death rolls, and then we are going over to Ophelia's house and doing Elijah's roll, and then we're going to check in on the castle. All right, so they got to celebrate the summer solstice with a sponge cake, honey and lemon mead, and a fish head stew. We're about to celebrate the twins' birthdays and do their death rolls. It looks like Hoya is not feeling good. Okay, it's just because of her cycle. Okay, I was going to be worried for a second. So I want to see if baby Arthur makes it to a child. If he rolls a 9 or 19, he does not make it. So this is for Arthur. Let's look at him while we roll. 9 or 19, he doesn't make it. Yay! It looks like he was possibly sick, but he survives, so we will age Arthur up first, and then we will do Gwen, and I'm going to cry so hard if we lose Gwen. Oh, sweet dirty baby Gwen. All right, it's a 9 or a 19 for her as well, because they are twins. Oh, Gwen makes it. Yay! All right, Arthur, happy birthday. Woo! All right, here we go. Put him down. We got to... All right, he ages up to be adventurous. And let's get candles back on those cake. All right, Gwen, your turn. Woohoo! Age up, Gwen. You're so dirty now. You can finally bathe yourself. Yay! Woohoo! She ages up to be a perfectionist. All right, so here is Arthur. This is Gwendolyn. They have a little bit nicer clothes because Tamara does live nearby and she is a seamstress, so that works out for them. All right, so everybody in the family is all aged up, so we're gonna head on over and switch to Ophelia's household now and get them aged up and then check out the castle. Okay, so the roll we have to do is for Eric. It is his roll into a child, so if he gets a 9 or a 19, he doesn't survive. Just double checking that. Child 9 or 19. Okay, this is for Eric. Whoo! All right, Eric survives. That's great. Gonna use MCC to age him up. Hopefully it'll be easier. He ages up to be a klepto. That'll be fun. And we will take him into cast now. All right, this is Eric Alder. He is, again, Connor's son. Connor is still technically alive, but he's a vampire. Eric could possibly be an heir one day or maybe someone of his lineage, depending on how people die in the future. I cannot believe I got a whole year done in roughly one episode, technically two, but it's kind of crazy for me. We don't have anything to do on Wednesday, so I think I'm just going to check in on the main castle and see how they're doing under the Vampire Witch thrall. Again, it's only been like almost 2 years. So all they're doing is kind of cutting off the resources for the kingdom. They are taking over. It's again, it was only two vampires. Now there's 13, but you got to think like even though you guys don't see the cast, there's at least 200 Sims like in the kingdom. So it takes a while for like all the things to start to come into play, but we're going to check in on the castle and see what the plan is from a legislative point. So I am giving King Richard Lionheart a teeny tiny makeover just to show his life being drained. I made his hair a different color and I'm going to make him a little bit thinner because King's blood is very, very powerful because he's been under the control of the vampires. You know, he is losing his life force essence, but they're in no hurry to kill him because they need as much King blood as they can because they want to. But because they're trying to take over and bring in their Dark Queen and raise people from the dead, they're not just going to throw away a viable subject for King's blood because even when the Dark Goddess comes over and enters the realm of the living, she will need sources of, blood magic, and he is a great source. I'm just aging up her son, the king's son. Now, if you guys remember, the son was not going to survive, but the White Witch did use magic on him to help him survive. Adriel used white magic on him to help him survive. And of course, there is always an after effect because of that. So meet John Lionheart, since he has since his soul was retrieved from the brink of death. He definitely is walking around with some of the telltale signs that he was not really meant for this earth. I think I'm going to change his eye color. I don't want him too much like the witches and stuff like that, but I do want it to be kind of obvious that something occurred with him. Maybe glowing, yeah, maybe violet eyes. That's good. And maybe not white hair. Maybe we could do a regular hair and then I could, oh wait, he had brown hair because his mom had brown hair. And then maybe we can, because I don't want to I don't want to make all my townies have the same color hair and stuff because eventually when we get rid of other Sims, it's going to be very annoying that all our genetics are the same. So I guess we'll just leave his eyes to be purple. Maybe that will be enough. Of course, James is going to have his son in a crown because he wants everyone to know he has an heir who is viable and all that for life. Yeah, Palvetta is still a toddler, so we'll leave that there. Remember that Palvetta is Honora's twin sister, but Honora was sacrificed to the Dark Goddess, so that is why she's a teenager. So I have had to open and close my game like 4 or 5 times. It will not let me load the castle. What I'm going to try to do is replace the lot. So we are going to get a new castle. Can you guys just please ignore that and pretend like there's multiple castles in the kingdom and this is just the new one they're ruling from? Please and thank you. All right, so I'm going to see if replacing the castle will help me because I really want to wrap up this year in one go. So, like I said before, just pretend like it's another castle that's already been in the kingdom. And if I can, I'll replace the medieval castle based on Sims Medieval, but not sure if I'll be able to. And I really hope this works. All right, I really like this castle, so I hope it works out. Fingers crossed. Another thing I was thinking is I keep getting errors about the royalty mod, so it could be the status of the people in this household because they are the monarchs, but we will see. If it doesn't work this time, I'm gonna assume that's what it is. Well, it worked, but we did get a better exception, so it's definitely the royalty mod. I don't know what it's conflicting with because it says it's up to date, but I have no idea. I'm afraid to play without it because I don't want it to mess up the game because I've been using it. Um, but I don't really know. All right, so let's explore our new castle grounds. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I love this new castle. All right, so just looking at this beautiful castle, I guess I have to get some shots of it, huh? Let's see what we can get, because that'll have to be our new thumbnail. So let me see. Oh man, this is like a lot going on. Okay, so it says he is the king. It's just not happening. It's not hovering over his head anymore. So again, I just think it's the mod. But we have to find the bedroom. The king is incapacitated. Is there another bedroom over here? Okay, so king this will be the king regent's room because obviously he would want his father to not be in the kingly room anymore. So we will get James over here, and he is still going to try for a baby with his wife because he requires, really to secure his throne. He does have his one son who is at daycare, and they can stay there for all I care. We need to bring over Adriel because they need to have a conversation. James will not be denied his heirs because that seer told them when they got married that they were going to have so many sons, and he is really banking on that. I feel like it looks like he regrets a little bit what he's done because I think he's realizing he's not really in control. Like they're letting him do a little bit of what he wants, but he's not ruling alone. He has to rule underneath the vampire coven and the witch coven, and essentially he's on house arrest here in the castle. They set him up in this castle, and oh my God, I love this castle. Um, but he is kind of just trapped here with Josephine, who has to keep good correspondence with her parents' kingdom. They can't go to war. And that's kind of the thing they've told him. We can't get rid of Josephine. Number one, he doesn't want to because he wants to eventually take over both kingdoms. He never aspired to that before, but now he does because Adriel got into his head, made him feel like he was entitled to basically the world, but that was her best way of manipulating him. Gosh, the walking up this castle is kind of funny. The best way to manipulate him is to make him feel entitled to the world. So he is trying to have more sons so he can live forever and rule through his children in all these other kingdoms. Because Adriel's, even though Victoria plans to rule Avalon, Adriel told James that, we will implant you in Avalon, you'll work under us and our dark goddess, and you'll live forever, and your children can rule in Josephine's kingdom, and we're just going to go back to the magical community once we bring our dark goddess through. So that's what Prince James believes. He's fine being regent right now because he understands they need king's blood. His father's technically the king, and he doesn't want to be the king. He doesn't want to be the sacrificial lamb. He's smart enough to know that they are bleeding his dad for spells to bring this goddess through. And he is smart enough to know that is not what he wants. He still wants to have more heirs, secure his throne because he's worried about the son they brought back to life. While he is very thankful they did, he is worried about his son possibly being a puppet that they can use, since they used a necromancy to bring him back from the brink of death, because he was born with a heart defect. So that's going on now. The king is kind of a zombie. He's just roaming around. I'm going to say this is their second castle. So they don't hold court here. They don't see people here. This is essentially their like vacation castle. They're living in luxury, obviously not going without anything. They are kind of prisoners as well. He is bringing over Adriel though, because they have to talk about. Okay, so we're going to check her for pregnancy, but he's got to bring over Adriel because they have to talk about the next phase of the plan, because he has to start imposing tariffs on trade, as well as, so they essentially want him to start bottlenecking trade, changing the rules for the citizens, and managing the regional things. He is ready for a child. He wants to have a child. He just doesn't like her. I think we're going to try to have a baby with Adriel as well, but we need to have sons. He wants to rule and just do whatever he wants and to be worshipped and loved by his people, because he has this like very childlike idea of what it means to be a king, because it never mattered to him. Oh my goodness, is there like a magical battle going on over here? They're trapped in this very nice castle, and they're being used kind of as puppets. But yeah, so he doesn't know anything going on in the magical community. He is not privy to that. He's just being used for local and regional and world political maneuvers, because they want, right now, they can't afford to go to war. There's only 13 vampires and 6 witches. While they're very, very, very powerful, they're not strong enough to defeat armies. Oh, we have another vampire turning. I already put him in the vampire house. Cowboy. I love it. Oh my gosh, she's going to be freaking out because she is struggling so hard to get pregnant. We're going to try one more time and see if it worked. All right, let's see if it worked this time. Let's take this test. Come on. Yay, she is pregnant. All right, let's hope it's a boy for her sake, because he is not going to be happy. Should we check? Should we check or be surprised? You know what? I'm going to check, because I really don't have the time to come back here and check. She's pregnant with female twin daughters again. He is going to lose his mind. But he also wants to get Adriel, the enchantress Adriel, pregnant. So we need to call her over and have a chat, because there are things she wants us to do. He's already in the vampire house too, but he's transforming. I feel like this is the second time we've seen him transform, but sure. Yay, you transformed into a millennial soccer dad. There's something wrong with Princess Josephine's pregnancy, and it says she needs to be seen immediately. Oh my gosh. I am so upset for Josephine, because, like, while she was a very selfish girl who wanted power as well, like, she wasn't like, she was a perfect match for the narcissistic James, because she is like very much of the same stock kind of royalty. But right now she's a prisoner in her own marriage in a foreign kingdom, cannot call on her family for help, and now she is struggling with her newly found pregnancy. And I wonder if it is because it is twin girls, and maybe Adriel cursed her to only have boys or not to give birth. They would call a midwife, and oh my gosh, James is actually concerned. Again, he probably thinks she's pregnant with his son, but she is obviously concerned, or he is obviously concerned by her. Oh my gosh, this is so sad. Like, she has lost her daughters. She almost lost her son. Oh my gosh, this is so sad. Oh, I think she automatically goes. I forget. They automatically go. Oh my gosh, I'm so worried. Hopefully she gets good news. But in the meantime, he is not going to accompany. No. I guess he is going to accompany her. I'll let you guys know what it says. So I have come up with a plan if she loses her children. Okay, never mind, she didn't. My plan was, if she loses her children, I was going to make Adriel pregnant with twin boys and say that she stole their lives. But it didn't happen, so that works out. But let's get Adriel over here one more time. I'm just going to use Control Any Sim and get her over here. Oh, there she goes. Ready for her meeting with the prince. Prince Regent, King Regent, I guess is what he would be, right? King Regent, yeah. So they're here to talk, and Adriel is going to let him know what the Coven wants of him when it comes to regional policies, things like higher taxes, produce and stuff to be delivered to the island for them to use for all things, as well as I feel like they would say, and we want their firstborn child as a joke just to see if it's something he passes. He's not going to take that literally, but he just doesn't really understand the level of like messed up situation he's in. We're going to try for pregnancy with her as well. We're going to tell her, like, you said that we would rule together. King Regent James said, you said we would rule together. We would that I would have tons of sons. She's like, yeah, you're right. So she's going to fulfill her duty, but it's not something she generally wants. It's something she had to use to manipulate him. And unfortunately, of course, Josephine is jealous, but that's fine because he doesn't care. But that's something, that's a sacrifice she has to make because it's something she did promise. So unfortunately, I definitely feel like she would use magic though in this situation to make sure she did give him a son because that is what she's guaranteed him. And then technically she never has to do this again because she will have delivered on her promise of giving him a son. So I don't think this is something like she hates, but she definitely doesn't love him or desire him the way he desires her. He doesn't love anyone but himself. So all right, so we're gonna check her now just to see if it already happened, but we'll make it happen if it doesn't naturally happen. We'll try the old-fashioned way first. So she's going to be in the castle, managing what's going on here, what they're doing, passing the policies for the coven through the regional aspects using the King Regent James, as well as she will be harvesting, King Richard's blood to use for spells and potions to bring forth their dark goddess. Like I said, we have to drench the land of blood starting next year, 1315, which is tomorrow. Every single day, a vampire is going to go on a rampage and kill at least one person in town, and I'm going to roll for that. It's going to be a 1 in 4 situation. I'm going to pick a house, and we're going to roll to see if anyone in that house dies. So that would be the method I am bringing on the bloodbath. We're going to say Adriel is pregnant with the prince's son, but she used magical means, and we all know she deals in dark magic. Without further ado, guys, this is the end of 13 of 14. I am so happy to deliver this to you in only 2 small episodes. And the next episode will be 1315, and I will see you then. Bye, guys.